Moving on, the body of former Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha was airlifted by a military chopper to his home in Gem in Siaya County ahead of his burial on Saturday. The chopper landed at the Yala Township Primary shortly after 2 p.m. on Friday and was received by residents. The burial will be preceded by a funeral mass at Odera Okango University College. On Thursday, a requiem mass for Magoha was held at the Consolata Shrines in Westlands, Nairobi. Family, friends and colleagues paid glowing tributes to the ex-Education CS. Our very own Agadias Ikoha with more.
The body of the late former Education CS George Magoha has arrived in Siaya ahead of his burial on Saturday. The body was airlifted from Nairobi aboard a Kenya Air Force helicopter. The chopper landed at the Yala Township Primary shortly after 2 p.m. A somber mood engulfed residents of Yala who were on call to receive the body of the late professor in his hometown. Students of the school, teachers, and education stakeholders paid homage to him, saying that he was legendary and will be missed. Professor Magoha was the chairperson of the Board of Management from 2016 until the time of his demise. The board vice chairperson, Maxwell Ongada, who served with him for 4 years, said that the deceased successfully spearheaded infrastructural development at the institution. Some of the development projects that the school remembered him for include Cabro pavement and 2 state-of-the-art hostel, one named after him and another after the 4th President Uhuru Kenyatta. Parents Association Chairperson Linus Chichenyi said that Professor Magoha was a compassionate person. According to the family, Magoha will be laid to rest at 11 a.m. on Saturday at his home in Yala, Siaya County.
Further to our last update on the funeral arrangements of Professor George Magoha, the family wishes to inform Kenyans that the former Education Cabinet Secretary will be laid to rest at his home in Umiru, Nyamninia, Yala on February 20, 2023. That is Umiru Village, Nyamninia in Yala Sub-County, in Yala Division on February 11, 2023.
On Thursday, a requiem mass for Magoha was held at the Consulate Shrine in Westlands from 9 a.m. Family, friends and colleagues paid glowing tributes to the late professor of surgery.
He was available. It didn't matter if he was a surgeon, if he was a cabinet secretary, and that's because he believed in family, and it was always the same. One phone call, if he can talk, he talks immediately. If he can't talk, immediately he finishes, he would come to me. And that's for 38 years.
I had him for 40 years. I'll be very ungrateful if I did that. There are people who have had marriages of lesser years. I thank God, and I have accepted. We were a team. He looked over my back, and I looked over his.
Agadias Ikoha, Maisha Prime News.